Good morning. So today I want to talk about the energies that are going to be coming in for the eclipse. The eclipse is going to be on March 25th is the first portion of it. So it's going to have two portions. The first part will be the death, but the March 25th also has the full moon in Libra. So it's like going to be about relationships. There's going to be an aspect of where Venus and Saturn are aspected together. Venus is like love, Saturn's like reality check. So eclipses make things that are uncomfortable more loud. So things that aren't working in your life are going to become more and more noticeable. Things that you can't, like wherever you're trying to escape, it's going to become louder. So especially if it's in relationship and you've been having rose-colored glasses on, then that's going to be brought to light during the death portion of this. So this will be relationships eclipsing out, and then there will be also things eclipsing in with the rebirth cycle. It's time to get real about the relationships you're in, and it's not about self-sacrificing. It's about making sure that that you are standing in your peaceful place and you're walking alongside somebody else who's also standing in their peaceful place. So your paths are adjacent. Sometimes if we're ignoring things, then people become karmic players in our movie. So now, since you won't accept it yourself, somebody else is going to come in and trigger you to go inward to heal that. There's a lot about healing the sacral. Sacral coincides with root, and if I said it, there must be a reason why. So sacral is your codependency. It's about relationships, about the lower level nature of relationships, your emotions, but also it's with your root chakra. So if your root chakra is imbalanced, you're going to feel afraid, insecure, unstable. You're going to feel anxious, nervous. So if you're feeling these things, it's a great time to work on your root chakra. So inner child healing, anything, grounding, meditation, being present in the moment, working on your finances, making sure all your things, there's no place where you're lacking in your safety. If you're feeling unsafe, that's something that needs to be healed. Okay? So there is an aspect of where are we staying safe? Where are we not doing something? Where are we settling because we want to be safe? Because we're too afraid to step outside of our comfort zone to make a change. So that's going to be coming up as well. It's about really getting connected back to your souls, because there's an aspect of the North Node and the South Node. So with the South Node at play, these are the nodes of fate. This is fate. So with the South Node at play, this is your karma. This is the karma you came in with. When you come here, you come with karma. So that's your family, things, lessons that you have to learn, everything that you were brought in with karma to clear. Everything that's coming in, that's your North Node, your fated line, your line of destiny. Where is your North Node? My North Node's in Sagittarius, so it's about following my intuition. It's about letting my voice be heard and teaching people how to look at faith in a new way. So you're going to have to learn how to embrace your true self and what your true soul came here to do. Your soul's going to be shouting at you if you're not on your path. That's just the truth. So when you sit and you accept your shadows, and you're not judging yourself, like everyone has shadows. You're a human being. Every human has, we like to call them flaws, but they're just levels of things that we have to go through. So you're gonna have to sit with your shadow and also love your shadow and be like, look, we don't have to be afraid anymore. We're safe. Like, talk to yourself like someone you love, and once you get past the repression of the shadow, you get to come into the golden shadow. And the golden shadow is where your soul gifts lie. It's like, your psychic abilities, things that you're scared to step into your power. And yeah. So with the relationship aspect, if you've been in a karmic relationship, you're going to be called to move away from that. And if you have been alone, you might be called to move into a union. So some relationships will just be called to transform, to get all the nasty stuff that we've been holding in and have a conversation and talk it out and see where the relationship can you guys grow together. Remember when I talked about those lines going, we want to be able to walk beside someone on their journey because we have joint soul mission. Now, if other people have other missions, then you have to allow them to leave your life because they have to fulfill their own destiny. They have to do what they've come here to do. And by you staying stuck with them, then you're not allowing them to become the person that they were meant to be, and you're not allowing yourself to become the person you were meant to be. That's a great way to look at it from a higher perspective. So let's lose the judgment. Let's release the societal conditioning. So what society says is right. Like, it's very easy to get caught up in things that everybody's doing. But is it just because everyone's doing it? Listen to what your heart says. And your purpose has got to be more important than your attachment. Are you dedicated to your truth more than your attachments? Are you able to let go because you want to do what you've come here to do, or go on to your soul journey? And because when you're in your soul's path and you're working your soul's journey, then you feel happiness and contentment, and no one can take that from you because that's yours. That's your soul. That's your heart singing. That's where you want to be, and that's what you should be dedicated to. Cord cutting, great one to do if this is coming up for you. So I would do root chakra meditation, sacral chakra meditation, work on both of those. There's archetype workshops working with Mother, Great Mother Gaia, or Mother Mary, whoever you resonate with. That's an unconditionally loving presence to teach you how to be more unconditionally loving. You know, we have to let go of past resentments and past pains because they will hold us back. And for me, when I want to step into something new, I just sometimes feel this little, like, I guess it's like interference. That's what it is. It's like, oh, it's an old wound and it's coming up, but the thing I want is right here, but I have to get past this to get this, you know? So healing what needs to be healed. This is a great line for healing ancestral wounding, clearing your lines of your mother and father, lines for karmic ancestral patterning, all of it. It's a great time. You can look it up on YouTube. You can feel free to reach out to me on Instagram, Cosmic Fractal of Life. We can work together. I do one-on-ones. I also do birth charts if you're looking to find out what your North Node is or your Chiron wound. Now, we're going to talk about Chiron wound right now. But first, just know that with destruction comes creation. So chaos, eclipse loves to blow things up if you're not paying attention, like it will blow up big. But destruction precedes creation. Where are you lying to yourself? Prioritize what makes you happy. So you could, even if it's a job, okay, maybe it's not a relationship, but you do have a relationship with your job. And if you're staying stuck in a job that you're not meant to be in, that's going to become loud as well. Unprocessed traumas and emotions will come up. A lot of root chakra blocks are from childhood wounds that haven't been cleared. You have to do inner child healing. There's meditations on YouTube. Look them up. Or we can work together. It's up to you. Let's talk about Chiron. Chiron is the archetype of the wounded healer. So I'm going to tell you Chiron's story. Okay, Chiron was abandoned at birth because his mother thought he was disgusting. So he was shunned right off the bat. He's a centaur. So, you know, half, I think, horse, half man. But centaurs were really known to be like delinquents. But not Chiron, because Chiron was raised by Apollo and Artemis, who taught them, he taught Chiron music, medicine, wisdom, prophecy, and archery, and artists taught him how to hunt. So Chiron became the medicine man, the healer, the master healer. And he was known as like the centaur that wasn't like the rest of them, you know. So he was in battle one time and he got hit by a poisoned arrow with the blood of a hydra. So that's poison, but since Chiron was immortal, he couldn't die. So he just felt pain, agonizing pain all the time, and he was unable to heal himself. So he convinced the gods to take away his immortality and give it to Perseus, who it helped save at the time. And since Chiron was so kind and helpful during his life cycle, he was rewarded by becoming a constellation in the sky, which you may know as Sagittarius. So that's Chiron. Now we all come into this world with a Chiron wound. So it's our core soul wound. If you're got Chiron in Virgo, then it's going to be perfectionism. You're going to have to dig deep and heal that. There's other Chirons. My personal Chiron wound is Leo, so it's before I started doing this, I guess I always knew I was meant to, but I had such fear that I would just close down and just not try at all. Like, oh, I'm going to fail, so I'm not going to try. So it's that, and then another aspect of it is not feeling like people see you as much as you're meant to be seen. So those are wounds that have come into my lifetime that I've been healing. I work with Chiron wound. I just did a workshop on that a couple weeks ago. So if you also want to find out what your Chiron is, you can definitely message me on Instagram and we can set up a birth chart reading. So I think that this eclipse is going to be really shaking things up, right? So just beware, and if you don't feel like being a part of somebody's play, you don't have to participate. You can opt out of being that karmic player. But are you willing to do your own work to heal your own wounds? That's what this is. And then on April 8th, we get to go to the rebirth part. So now we're doing death, which I know. It's a lot. And cry. If you're going through something, cry it out. It needs to be seen. Feelings are not bad. There are no such thing as bad emotions. And with relationships, like, you're not meant to be there. You can't stay stuck somewhere you're not meant to be. I mean, you can, but you'll never be happy there. So is your happiness important to you? Stop setting yourself on fire for people who only want to watch you burn. Well, happy eclipse. See you next time.